the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
You call na enkomobia Uncle Kwasi Pratt wedi mede bia ba besomo na ne nkomo no de mede meka se ne nya atwem no ya broso na obekaya na nsem demonstration bi ekoso wo Ghana ha na ye MPP youth wing na dudi animu Salam Mustafa woni owura na bi national organizer de ama MPP ama yego no na enima bi esi wo demonstration no mu a sansem no Uncle Kwasi Pratt ede abesi ho na kwan ya wafa so na wode asopa MPP ama yego no message se wo beko na ne nsem wo kan wati mo hakoti bi na ensem bi amanfo kan say de Uncle Kwasi Pratt waye journalist asabi previous ha na fu enodinam se oduru ba bi na se ye na made a na ne kasa no akosa enkofo no ho na wo bisa se demonstration na MPP ye no na wo mo kase wo abanya otiso etete amanfo unlawful arrest no Uncle Kwasi Pratt wo hu bi Ghana hada wo se unlawful arrest why na NDC achi na unlawful enti ensema amanfo bisa se enti yechi abronye Rainbow Star yedene to Black Mariam chama wontumi adenta kumi sankofo ni nyina no wo pa che se na woni Ghana ha na nensemo kan ye no mesrew pa se wo beko no kwakoti bi na Ghana ensentrefo a te sei wo modi wo man no ekọ baby foforo no wakako hu omu na wo che bi na wo mu kasa wo hu se wei wo firi ha na ebanti no wuti na wati ni mienu mame no ko na ensema hudu asabi mpredasa ebi kura kan edin na Uncle Kwasi Pratt de bota ye nyina ne se opese ogu MPP ani wase no waka bi wode chere MPP for yanko na koko TV bra ye ba Nsem-Pii TV ye ne tifo ebeto aso.
Then shut up. Well, let's conclude on this topic with Kwasi Pratt Jnr's thoughts.
Well, I think if you read the 1992 Constitution, the right to demonstrate is completely unfettered. You know, nothing, according to the Constitution, should stop anybody or any people from protesting, from demonstrating. Indeed, the fetters to the right to demonstrate, as enshrined in the Constitution, only come in the public order law. And I've always maintained that the public order law is an affront to the 1992 Constitution. But we need to go to court to get a decision on that. So, there's nothing wrong with people demonstrating. In fact, you can wake up in the morning and decide that there was too much sugar in your cup of tea and jump on a demonstration. Legitimate. You can wake up in the morning and decide that the road on which you rode to your office was too nice and too smooth. You don't want that. You want potholes in your road. You're entitled to demonstrate. There's no problem with that. Okay. So I'm not going to criticize anybody for organizing a demonstration. But this demonstration revealed something very, very interesting, exceedingly interesting. There were people in this demonstration holding placards and didn't know what was on the placard. The placards they were holding, they didn't know what was on the placard. Some did not understand what had been written on the placard. You understand? And then, worst of all, I mean, this is the classic. People were actually in the demonstration. We did not know that they were demonstrating. I mean, this is a classic. They had placards on the demonstration said, they told us that we should come, we are going somewhere to go and look for, alternative sleeping places and so on. Yeah, they didn't know that they were demonstrating. I mean, this is incredible. Wow! So, what is this? I mean, and then there was another batch of people who were interviewed who actually said that, as for them, they joined the demonstration because they had been promised that if the NPP should win power, it would legalize the smoking of marijuana. So that's why there were the demonstrations. Okay. Meanwhile, the organizers of the demonstration claimed that they were protesting against harassment of their leaders. So, which is which? The organizers had a different objective, the demonstrators had a different objectives as well. Manya, like that. So, this is a very, very interesting demonstration. And there's also something very significant. You see, over the last 8 years, the Flagstaff House have been declared a no-go area for demonstrators. It was declared a security zone. These demonstrators had access to the Flagstaff House. They went and presented their petition in the Flagstaff House. Something has changed, hasn't it? Something very significant had happened. The Flagstaff House is no longer bad for demonstrations. Demonstrators can go there and present their petitions as well. And there was something even nicer. I mean, the chief of staff at the office of the vice president actually received the demonstration and engaged in a conversation with the leaders of the demonstration. He told them, we have received your demonstration, you know, and so on, made the points and so on. So beautiful. So very beautiful. So in the end, what did this demonstration do? In the end, this demonstration demonstrated, seriously, that the people in authority are ready and are guaranteeing the right to demonstrate free expression. In the end, it showed the difference between this government and the previous government when it comes to demonstrating and so on. And it's very interesting. In any case, I was just wondering, the leaders who are being harassed, who are we talking about? You know, because I was expecting the demonstrators to come and say, oh, Mujib has been harassed. He hasn't done anything wrong. This is Mujib, he's been harassed. So we are protesting that you should stop harassing people like Mujib. There's nothing like that. This is a blanket statement about leaders being harassed. And I find something very curious. You know, there were two persons who were connected to a threat to kill the president, assassinate the president, and behead his wife.
Yes.
And put their bodies in cocoa sacks. Now these two persons, after they had been granted bail, went to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia made a speech about harassment of political opponents and so on. Are these the people that you were demonstrating? Mujib, I'm not sure. These are the people that you were demonstrating about? Because in any country, if you threaten to assassinate the president, you'll be arrested. In any country, if you threaten to behead the wife of a president and keep their bodies in cocoa sacks. And why cocoa sacks? You understand? Why cocoa sacks? What's this fixation with cocoa sacks and so on? So, I don't know what this demonstration was meant to achieve. To allow people to threaten the president with assassination. What is this? Everybody who has been arrested, everybody, all of them, they were granted bail. In fact, most of them have not even been formally charged yet, and so on. So what is the problem? What are they demonstrating about? Did you take part in the demonstration?
Oh, he was with them. But with them in spirit. Of course.
So what is the demonstration about? I don't understand. I'm still struggling to understand what this demonstration was about. Look, And to be honest with you, some of those who have been arrested are friends of ours. I mean, some of them are my friends. I mean, I know some of them are Solo's friends and so on. I mean, somebody like Mustafa, you know, Hamid, has been my friend for many years, from the 70s, you know, and so on. My friend for more than 30-something years. Yes, I know him so very well. Of course, when he became a big man, I saw him only twice, but that doesn't matter. But I've known Mustafa for many, many years and so on. I wish him well. I don't want Mustafa to go to jail. You know, if there's anything I could do in order to help him put up a good defense and so on, I'm ready to do it. As a friend, I owe him a duty, you understand? And there are many of them. But the point is that what was this demonstration meant to achieve? I don't understand. This demonstration, at the end of it, what was it meant to achieve? And NPP, tell us, who is being harassed? Just mention 2 names of people who are being harassed. Well, anyway.
Say, the impact na ma economy say, you know, and na obijina so the year campaign, and no na Ghana for a nipa 6 million no 8 year. Wamo kan say ma Ghana for bufu say, yen konkoto aba no kra yen pie en konkoto, enti NDC for no de 6 million no wamo pie konkoto ye. And na ejina fahin. And na yi sadia na ujina so say me bua fu me konkoto aba no. President Mahama Baba Kachro say, na oboa. President Mahama say, and some now can 2024 ni nyina say economy ni nye no, na nado say economy, ba umia say economy no, na oboa. Na oka edi apetumi, onya tumi ni wiye ye no, wo Baba Kachro say, enye na nado ne say economy no, enye ba umia ne say economy no, na mum eye COVID-19. Enti nessa wo fia ufa ampipi ho bufuo samen kwankoto aba because NDC say na nado ne baomia ase economy ne ma ho kire aba and let the same NDC say omoboa ensem na omo kan ye no na nokura bia nim na omoboa na omo kan asese omo kan bibia ebese Ghana fo abufo no mubua fu MPP sebe ya omukoto aba ombeto ama MPP ananso omumpie nkonkoto enti nei wa wutie President Mahama say na nado ne ba omia say economy no e dia ho kire aba na nei President Mahama na sana ba be ka kire onya tumi wieye no o se asem na o kan ya 2024 o de gi tumi firi ho no no oboa and na de ogina wiase nyina you onga ogina onga United Nations General Assembly and ekase and some now okan 2024 no oboa enye na nado bia na nado ene ne nkrofo ense economy no na Ghana economy na asai no yepe ade a asai economy na enye baomia enye na nado na mom eye COVID-19 enti MPP for amuso baomia kon presidential aspirant Canada Japan ne enese usu bempa amusi baomia ena manage economy ni ye no ene me katre honorable Canada Japan ene enese usu bempa say President Mahama I expose mu enese usu bempa yi woni honorable Canada Japan me katre mu say ene dadua no attack na mu nama mu ye campaign say eye baomia na say economy no baomia na dia ho kire ba ma MPP lusu ye no ene President Mahama na ba bie na no aka say sansem na okan ye no oboa na mom eye COVID-19 na dia ho kire ba Ghana enti honorable Canada Japan sisi am no ne ka mene mo ka say no ne campaign atonsuom because campaign na all nyina no oti baomia na manage economy ni ye baomia so ye economists and na what say economy no sa ye nim se baomia na de COVID-19 by ye honorable Canada Japan no usu bempa and the timi ka se baomia na kofa COVID-19 by and so nei President John Dramani Mahama beka say sasem no kan ye na odigi to me and MPP presidential aspirants ni binu so de nama omo ka no oboa na ye political message say be ya obenya votes na mom oboa na 2024 no President Mahama na ka say it is about the economy stupid producer bo video no yango.
It's about the economy, stupid. Today, I'm repeating those words. This election is about the economy, stupid. It's not about all those other useless things about who built how many compost plants. Answer the... It's about the economy, stupid. Today, I'm repeating those words. This election is about the economy, stupid. It's not about all those other useless things about who built how many compost plants. It's about the economy, stupid. Today, I'm repeating those words. This election is about the economy, stupid. It's not about all those other useless things about who built how many compost plants. And it's about the economy, stupid.
2028, you know, you have a message here, and this is the Bragana for. Se wo kan sem de give votes wie no nya tumi wie a no abeka kire Ghana for se ne wo kan yeri nya na aboa na wo pe bibi because eye Andy Sinkwa no presidential candidate tum ka se Ghana for yara yiri firi ampa entro odi 2012 digi tumi no o sambe di intro 2024 agi tumi ampa Ghana for yara yiri firi pe dia thinking Ghana for yara yiri firi na mom 2025 year wasana kwa jina UN General Assembly say o ensem na wo kan 2024 no woboa na enye na nado doing ene ma economy ni say enye ba omia doing ene ma economy ni ye den eseye na mom eye COVID-19 impact no and destroy Ghana against nyina over the years so far as ye economy ni ye den eye concern because a young economy, a developing economy, and it's a COVID-19 basana, it was severe impact on the economy. And to President Mahama, akwa jina we are seeing now because we are seeing now kwa udi train ye. Near Tiana say, President Mahama will respect and my brofun chen Ghana for because Obafia oditra a possible. Namum okwa economy international programmer na so kokko sia nipa kokko ne abrofo na oso abrofo de mamenka nokore nkyere omo namum me sia nipa tuntum a eho behia se meditro akyere nipa tuntum na nipa tuntum de wodi tro akyere na ote ase ntem danse obeka nokora yere akyere no ati Ghana fo mo misase ayada President Mahama ko onga honom no all can no crash abrofo no na mo oba beduru Ghana ha ya ye nipa tuntumfo no o se de se me di tro kire Ghana fo no mate ase mu misa na kese obu abrofo no chen Ghana fo ade okoye o UN General Assembly ni nyina no ne tietia na ne tintim mu no se President Mahama bu abrofo chen abibifo President Mahama bu abrofo no chen Ghana fo enunti ena o Ghana o so obedi tro 19 na say economy no na mom na nado ne ba omia ane akofo ado abusuafo e na say economy no onya atomi wie ye no o se ne me kan enyina meboa ba omia nim ho hwe na nado nim ho hwe na nado abusuafo nim ho hwe na mom eye COVID-19 na mom nim se COVID-19 dia ana mo tata ke no forata the President John Dramani Mahama unim say COVID-19 dia ana mo tata keno forate penakuni munim say COVID-19 na say economy no ana mo tata MPP apontisi sa yate namom MPP aspirants foi say mum pe message foforo because President Mahama say economy na odi take ba omia nyina no na just political gimmick bi na no ye na oni message inti so ditro no the COVID ne sheba omia kon because o kan sa asem we 2024 onwini e de to ka say ye ba omia na Ghana fo adi nti onya atumi wie ye no o se ba omia ni mo hwe producer abo voice ne ne empon ne yenko
on external parties. Data from the Economic Commission of Africa, ECA, shows that COVID-19 created the continent's worst recession in 50 years, with real GDP shrinking by 3% averagely by 3% in 2020. Before the pandemic, poverty reduction was already a major challenge. The pandemic is estimated to have dragged about 55 million more people into poverty in Africa and exposed another 46 million more to the risk of hunger and malnourishment. Indeed, 70% of hunger in Africa, which had already been on the rise since 2014, is directly attributable to this pandemic. Like governments all over the world, it became necessary for African governments to take action to shield their populations from the effects of the epidemic. In my country, Ghana, our economy has emerged in extremely poor shape from the COVID experience. A ballooning deficit, double-digit inflation, a nose-diving currency, increasing debt distress are some of the symptoms of a very ill economy. This has devastated many African economies and sunk them deeper into unsustainable debt and economic downturn. The pandemic has had a generally deleterious effect on the economy of African nations. The effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, and one, find new ways to bring value chains inside Africa's borders, and two, change the mindset of dependence on external parties. Data from the Economic Commission of Africa, ECA, shows that COVID-19 created the continent's worst recession in 50 years, with real GDP shrinking by 3% averagely by 3% in 2020.
COVID-19 impact, I bet take 50 years and send you freedom. And so I must say, COVID-19 impact, a debre Africa. Impact on some countries, Ghana can't be, President Mahama say, I bet take 50 years per the data na ekitane no kore kroji na nyeba omia program do ye MPP aspirant to say honorable Kennedy Japan onama o say eba omia na di ahokyere ba ye na MPP lusu ye ns aboa papo a onam say omo no ne papa ne kobo obosia e ma ye de chichire asante achem MPP no papa ne kobo obosia no wo fa no ma wo jai MPP ko NDC ana wasana ba enti kuo na nya odia kuo no wonka ho bi ye nyina ejai ko ya ene esamba ya ka kuo ni sei enti mu amose ya to nsafre ene so usu bempa na abronye so wo no me wa say me respond to honorable Kennedy Japan propaganda or they say MPP me say MPP semunima fie ha metie no mon country MPP ayi I wanna me say Kennedy Japan followers do na wo low key me te ha say propaganda modernam etia MPP to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and some mo kan nye nokore no I am here to respond. Me matna say me say MPP na mom propaganda bia mo be ye mo be cancel far as 2024 elections no enye nokro bia no me ba be expose mu enti say me expose mu sana eya mo hu ni say me attack mu na mom aningwase kan wa wo fa no say nipa ni didi watem na eba ne say na mo amo say ana na yemfre abranye no aka nsem afa Kennedy Japan nye MPP nye Kennedy Japan dia Kennedy Japan disciplinary committee cases here da honom no senka party ni implement ni recommendation aba nka kuo ni ye ja ne kwan kora ate zamunima me no kasa ye wo report wa ma ye 2022 wo ma recommendation say as far